to talk, how to talk. My father made a lot of efforts for me to learn English after 10th class. He joined me in speaking English classes. My mom was doing all this FICO and calls. She used to get a lot of saris home. So I used to put it on myself and look into the mirror. I think that was the base point for me. You might have a lot of followers, but you still can't make money out of it. If you want to be a content creator, I think you should find out what your interests are, what you are passionate about. If you're not passionate enough, I don't think you can put up with a lot of things. I found a lot of free time in my pocket, and I started exploring a lot of things. I saw what people doing on YouTube and stuff.
From small spaces to big dreams. What if I told you most extraordinary journeys don't always begin in the extraordinary ways? She had nothing but just a vision and the courage to take the first step. Let's hear an inspiring journey from then to now. I welcome Navya Dachapalli on my podcast, All That She Wants. Thank you for joining us, and I'm so excited to hear your journey.
Same here. I'm so excited to be here. As I was mentioning, I like Vision Board has a column called podcast, and I think it's happening.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I like it that it's happening with me. So, walk us through your journey from corporate life to fashion. Like, what's your full story?
So growing up, I've only had one thing in my mind. I have to first finish my studies and get a corporate job. Back then, now also a lot of people has these dreams of having a IT job. That is what I did. All we did in the past. That is how I got into IT. And 2015 is when I started my corporate job. And then from there, I started with IBM and then moved on to Pfizer and stuff. But when I switched my companies from IBM to Pfizer, I found a lot of free time in my pocket, and I started exploring a lot of things. I saw what people doing on YouTube and stuff. So before Instagram, I actually started with YouTube, and then in 2016, I think 2016 or 2017, I installed Instagram. That is how I started content creation. But before content creation, I was always I had my business page all before content creation itself, and I think that helped me in a way or other, because whatever I was doing, I used to put it on my clothing page as well. That is how that picked up. Yeah.
Let's go a little back scene.
Uh-huh.
Let's take a little from your childhood. How has your journey been then?
So my parents moved to the city when I was in 6th class. I used to be in this Telugu medium. We used to only have that. When I moved here, I cannot go backwards. I had to continue in Telugu medium to 10th class. I had no idea what I was doing, like all other children or kids. From 10th class, I directly moved from Telugu medium to English medium. I had no clue what to talk, how to talk. My father made a lot of efforts for me to learn English after 10th class. He joined me in speaking English classes and stuff. That is how I somehow finished my inter and stuff, and then I moved on to engineering. I had no clue. Again, education. I only knew there is engineering that exists in this education, this thing. So that's how I went to college. Again, I got bullied a lot in college. I finished my studies, and I like a really good kid, I got into a job. Like that's how when we moved, like we used to stay in this one room where washroom used to share. We used to share that one single washroom with 5 other families, like single rooms. So I always feel grateful for my father providing education for us. Other than that, I only remember these. I don't remember anything else.
Okay. I think you are doing justice to all the efforts that they have put in your upbringing?
Yeah, this was one biggest guilty feeling that I've had before quitting my job. Like, I've gone through so much. My parents have gone through so much to provide education and stuff. Now I'm actually quitting job. Because this was one. I don't think I ever realized this, but I always had this guilty feeling inside me. Me quitting job is literally like maybe not doing justice to the effort that they put in.
Okay.
Yeah.
How?
But I think my parents supported me a lot in this decision of mine, quitting job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, great. So you're making them feel proud, and that's the moment.
Yeah.
Would you like to share one moment of joy?
Yeah. So, as I mentioned, I came from a very we when we moved from our hometown to city, we started with one single room, and then in 2016 or 17, I bought a house which was independent, which was an independent house. I always imagined my parents would live here when they want to move out from the city. So that was the greatest joy that I had when we were doing this housewarming ceremony. I also made a video on YouTube where I was literally sobbing.
Okay.
People still mention we completely relate to what you're saying in that, and we cried with you, along with you, while watching
Aw.
this video. Okay. I think that was when a part of me healed me when I bought this first house, and when I was actually making this video. I put out my emotions. Like, it was a very raw video. I never thought I'll put a video where I was crying and stuff. But when I was editing, it was too raw, and I thought I'll just keep it with it's just a 2-3 seconds ka part bolke. But people actually related to this one thing so much that even after 5 years of this, 5 to 6 years of this, people, when they meet me outside, they keep mentioning it to me, that when we were watching this video, we completely relate to what you're mentioning, and we actually cried while watching you. Volke. So that was one greatest joy that I've had. And the fruits of me making money is me buying that house. Like, that is when I realized I want to do so much more.
What a moment that
Yeah.
was for you and family. Let's talk about fashion. What role has that played in your life?
Again, taking this takes back to the childhood that I had. So growing up, I never had the liberty or opportunity to, spoil myself with shopping, a lot of dresses and stuff. Suddenly, when I got into this corporate life, I saw money coming into my hands. It was less, but still it was money. That's when I started. It was the hungerness that I had all those years. I started shopping a lot. Like, I thought it was a phase. It was actually a phase. But at the same time, I started exploring YouTube. I started watching a lot of people doing hauls and stuff. Even I am buying a lot of stuff. I just have to record it and put it on YouTube or any other social media. That's how I got into YouTube. But fashion, yeah, my mom was doing all this FICO and falls. She used to get a lot of saris home. So I used to put it on myself and look into the mirror. That's, I think, that was the base point for me.
Okay.
And that followed by the money that I earned in the early 20s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are your fashion choices? Like, what do you like to wear versus what do you like to create and sell?
I am a person who likes a lot of basic stuff. No matter where you invite me, I am only going to wear a black t-shirt or something very basic and a high-waist pant. Yeah, I also dress according to the event that I'm going to. I mean, if I'm going to an Indian wedding or so, I wear a lehenga or sari, something like that. Yeah, I mean, I like a lot of basic stuff, even with whatever the lehenga or sari that I'm wearing. Those are very simple ones. There's nothing haravidi going on with my outfits and stuff. I think I'm selling the same as well. I think, yeah, I just realized I sell the same stuff. It's all very simple, basic. But coming to my website, that is very simple. very basic, but also very affordable. Simple, that you find them outside at a very higher cost, which are, my website has a lot of affordable stuff.
So, what was the idea behind starting this fashion brand or the fashion styling?
I never imagined that I will start something like this, but it actually again happened with YouTube. I think I mentioned this to you earlier that when I was in like Pfizer, there's this part, like there is traditional day, and I didn't make anything by the time I started my YouTube, but I do not have much followers. It was just 1,000 or 1,500 followers on YouTube. I thought I'll wear a sari, but something very different, which is a ruffle sari. This was my USP of my business, like the USP behind. So I made that sari while watching a YouTube tutorial. I made the cutting. My mom has the machine, so she just attached the pieces together. That's how I wore that. But while doing all this, I recorded and put it on the YouTube.
Okay.
So people started asking me to sell it.
Okay.
That's how I started it. I went to the fabric store the other day. Then after 2 or 3 days, I sat there for almost 1.5 hours. I put up a story saying on Instagram and YouTube saying I'm selling these saris. If you want, you can just ping me. These are the details. This is the price. I didn't add profit. I didn't add my petrol charges. I had no clue because I never had anyone in my family who were doing business or who are into business. So, and I asked the vendor, asking the fabric store, the general fabric store in Koti, I asked him how many meters they have. They told me like 20 meters or 25 meters. I calculated how many meters does it take for one sari. It was around 4 to 5 saris which are in stock. I told him I'll wait here and I'll let you know how many meters I want. When I put up a story, it went off in like 1 hour, 4 to 5 saris. I was shocked. I mean, I didn't imagine this.
That's great.
Yeah. And then with the money that I got, I bought the fabric.
Okay.
Again, there's no money added for stitching, nothing added for my efforts, nothing. It was just for the fabric that I took. It takes 7.5 meters to 8 meters for us to make a ruffle sari. And bought that, made the sari. My mom helped me. She had no freaking clue what I was doing. She was like, okay, she's just asking me to do something. I'll just do it. She did that. We packed it off. The packing also, you know what we did? I had no clue how to pack. So, you know, when we go out for buying saris, pattu saris, you get those dabbas, no? I took that one of the dabbas that we had at home. I put my sari in that, wrapped it in a tape, put a newspaper on it, wrote their address and sent it. That's how I started. That's how we started. And I realized I have some scope and there is a demand in the society. People are asking for it. That's how I started. But I never had any dream, or I never thought I will be doing something like this.
How is your calculation now?
It's nice. I cannot put it on numbers. We're still growing. I mean, we're trying to make it a bigger thing. We do not get a lot of profits in this because we sell everything at around 1,600, 1,700 rupees for one long frock, which has like double ghera. You can never get a double ghera long frocks outside. So we're trying to maintain the quality fittings. This is this is how we run our website. I know we are lacking in the delivery period and customer care services, but people still come back to me knowing all these. It is only because of the quality of the fabric and the fittings.
Okay.
So, yeah, I cannot put it on numbers, but it is good. I mean, I am making a living out of it.
Nice. You're in the process of putting everything in place. It'll sooner happen. It takes some time. It definitely will happen.
Yes.
Talking about your content creation, how has that changed for you?
Content creation was always been like a medium for me to promote my business. For me, I never looked at it as a money making thing or medium for me, because I already have a job. I am getting what I wanted. So for me to promote my business, I needed to have something. I mean, this was not the whole thing. I used to share a lot of stuff that I was doing personally for myself. Whenever I'm doing a outfit for myself for any occasion, I used to put it on Instagram. But I was never been very consistent on Instagram. Again, because I was not looking at it as a full time thing.
Business.
Yeah, it was only for my business. Like I was thinking, now I'm, however, not expecting anything from it. I'm doing what I want whenever I'm making something out from scratch. I'm putting it up. Other than that, I'm also promoting my business. This was the whole idea. For me, content creation now is a full time thing because I quit my job. But I'm still figuring out how to monetize the channel. Like, you might have a lot of followers, but you still can't make money out of it. So
Correct.
I'm trying to first monetize the medium that I have right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how are you with the cameras when you make reels, when you make content? How easy and difficult it gets for you?
For me, I do not have any. I do not use any cameras, big cameras. I still use my phone. I have this one tiny room where I put everything, all the lights and stuff. When I
Okay.
thought I'll take it as full time, I invested in lights, like really good lights, and started making everything from home itself. I record everything on my phone. I edited it. So whenever somebody sees me looking into my phone, I'm working.
Okay.
I'm not browsing, I'm working. I edit, shoot, and all my business calls, all my Shopify, everything, all from business to my content creation, everything is on phone. So I'm not browsing, I'm actually working.
So we see that the space for content creation these days, everybody wants to become a creator. How difficult or how easy was it to build one for yourself?
Consistency is the key, first thing, and you need to know what you want to create. I first thought I'll create makeup content, which was not my thing. I still cannot put a kajal on my eyes
Okay.
properly or a liner. And I thought 5-6 years back, I thought I'll be a makeup influencer because the influencers that I was watching were making makeup content. So if you
Okay.
want to be a content creator, I think you should find out what your interests are, what you are passionate about. If you're not passionate enough, I don't think you can put up with a lot of things on a daily basis. You cannot be consistent. It's as simple as that is. If you're not passionate, you cannot be consistent. You cannot create something which is not your niche.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, if you want to be a content creator, you have to be consistent and you have to find out what you like a lot.
Okay. Then talking in continuation to this, talking about money with content creation. How is it working with brands?
As I mentioned earlier, I'm still figuring out how to monetize my channel. Instagram. I used to only make fashion content, and I feel fashion does not have a lot of money in social media for brands and all. I mean, there are a lot of our Hyderabad influencers as well who are only dedicated doing fashion. They're earning, but I feel I didn't see much for myself. But again, hair content was not something that I had in plans. I never thought I'll be doing something related to hair on my Instagram, but that happened all of a sudden. But it has market. Like
Okay.
brands look out for people who has curly hair, people who are doing. I'm doing curly hair, but a lot of people who are doing makeup and skincare has a lot of potential in making money if they have really good engagement.
Good. So, between all these careers, what were your biggest lessons, your biggest fears, and biggest mistakes that you have made?
Biggest fears. So obviously, when you are a content creator, you cannot just stick to one thing. You cannot stick to fashion. You cannot just stick to hair. You have to always mix and match stuff. So I still get scared when I start thinking about making. I mean, I am not a makeup person, but I can whatever that I'm doing, I can still put it up on Instagram. But I keep thinking, all these makeup gurus might judge me on
Okay.
Instagram. When I was doing pottery, I thought I'll put it up on my page as well. I used to put a lot of stories when I was learning pottery, but I was like, all the experienced people might judge me. Why is even she putting it on Instagram? So these are the insecurities that I've had while making fashion content as well. What people
Okay.
might think was on Instagram, like already who are sustaining on the, like who are living on this, what they might think. Okay, this was one insecurity that I have had. I still have. I'm just trying to get rid of this thing. Challenges, consistency. Obviously, when you're doing a lot of things, I had my IT job, I have my business. Being consistent on Instagram and YouTube is still a problem that I have, but I'm trying my best right now since I do not have my IT job. So this was one biggest thing that I missed. Consistency is the key.
Okay, what is your biggest fear?
Fear in what?
Like the content community, today, this is the thing now. Tomorrow, there might be something that's coming up.
Yeah, this is my worst nightmare. Content creation, I never gave it a thought, what today and what tomorrow will ke. But in business, people are liking my stuff. I do not have any designer as such in my team. I do not have a team, first of all. Let's start there.
Okay.
So when I create something, people are liking it now. My worst nightmare is what if people do not like the same thing tomorrow. So that's the reason why I keep browsing a lot. I look into Pinterest, I look into what internet is doing, what internet is liking right now, what Gen Zs are liking right now, all this stuff. So this is one biggest fear or nightmare that I have is, yeah, but time changes, people change, people taste change very easily, and the generation that I am in is completely different from the generation that we have right now. Gen Zs are liking something else, so this is something that I get scared of. Yeah, that is.
Okay. So, what is that you follow? You follow the trend, or you follow something that is all round design, all round fashion?
I am like, I follow what like
Or I
what.
would say, what do you suggest?
So, according to me personally, when I'm creating stuff for my website or for myself, I keep looking into the stuff which are trending, but I also think if I like it or not. The trend that I like is something, although I do a lot of modifications and stuff, I don't generally bluntly follow what people are doing. So, this is something that I follow.
Okay.
I don't do stuff just because that is trend. I have to like it. I have to make sure I'm making my own changes to it, and
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So, what is your perspective on the influencer community and the fashion community?
I though have a really great friends influencer community. I have a lot of friends. When we all meet, it's not like influencers meeting or something. It's all like we hang out a lot. Akanksha, Srimai, I have this friend Akila. She's also an influencer. We literally live in each other's house. That's how frequently we meet. Whenever I call them up for a help or for something, some favor, they always they never say no, basically. If I want somebody, if I want Akanksha or Srimai or Akila or Navya, if I call them and ask like, bro, if I am having a sale on my website, it would be very helpful if you can put up a story on your story. They just do it. They don't ask
Okay.
questions. It's vice versa. Whenever they call me also, I'm also the same. Like
Okay.
we are helping each other. Fashion community right now, everybody is doing everything. Navya is there. She does a lot of fashion content, but she also do a lot of, I see her doing skincare and stuff as well. So we mix and match. I feel there's no difference right now, but Hyderabad has a couple of influencers who are only doing fashion as well, but I do not have a lot of contacts with them. But yeah,
Okay.
whomever I know are very supportive, very helpful. But I also heard a lot of people saying, people are not that friendly as you see on Instagram or on social media. Not from Hyderabad, at least. Here in Hyderabad are very friendly, where they are very helpful.
About someone I can definitely give a positive comment is you. The first time I called you and you were like, yes, compared to somebody else who I have tried to approach, they were like, very subtle answer that I should look into it. We'll get back to you, but they never get back. So thank you for being you. Lastly, what's that one thing that you would like to share the younger girls who are watching you, looking up to you, and relating to you?
If you like something, I think a lot of people tell me that I am someone like them. They relate a lot of stuff with me. So if you're thinking, and a lot of people also text me saying, I also want to start something like you. Not content creation to be precise, but they want to start something related to fashion business and stuff. So a lot of people, not just one, or I think every girl has this one thing inside them. They want to start a fashion brand and stuff. So if you're someone who wants to do not just fashion, not just a clothing brand, but if you want to do something, I think you should give it a try, and you have to be consistent. I mention this every single time. Have multiple sources of income. Do not quit your IT job thinking you'll start something from scratch and live on it. You should have your backup. Once you are very consistent with your whatever you're thinking, like if it is business or anything that you're thinking, once you're very consistent with everything and you're making living out of it, then I think you should quit your job or whatever that is that you're doing right now.
Great. I think that would definitely help
Yeah.
them. Okay, but you learned it.
Yeah.
So nothing like it.
Yes.
Let's be a quick rapid fire with you.
Okay.
After a long day, how do you find peace for yourself?
Phone, sleep, Netflix.
Netflix.
Yes.
Okay. What's one thing you want to try and you haven't dared doing it?
One thing that I want to try, I gave it a try, pottery, but I was not consistent with it. I really want to take the course again and start doing it. I actually bought a wheel as well, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you want to be remembered as?
Remembered as a person who came from scratch and made it in the bigger society.
Great. One thing that you want to change about yourself going back to the past, what would you want to?
I shouldn't have kept a lot of things on my hands. I should really learn how to assign works. I should really learn how to have teams and consistency. Whatever that I was doing, I should have been more consistent. Things would
Okay.
have been very different right now.
Who's one person or a creator who deserves a better spotlight?
I think there is Akila, there is Akanksha. Akanksha does really, really, really crazy makeup. I feel she deserves much more than what she has right now. And Akila, she's very talented. She has a lot of scope. She's still figuring out things, but I think she deserves a lot more than what she has right now.
Wonderful. This was it.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
thank you so much.
It was really good speaking to you. I think there is a lot of insights that you have shared, and it would help the younger ones to get where they want to. I think you're genuinely doing great, leaving your secure job and getting hold of your passion as a creator. It's incredibly great.
Thank you so much for being so kind to me, and thank you so much for having me today here.
Thank you. Thank you, and all the best in
Thank you so
whatever
much.
you are doing. I wish you reach great heights.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for showering all the love. Keep sharing and spreading love to all that you want.